Hey Flosstube, this is Amy. I hope you're having a great stitching week. For those of you that have been here before, thank you so much for coming back to hang out with me. And for those of you who are new, this is a channel all about cross stitch. And I'm so glad you're here. I am so excited to share with you what I have been working on and to let you know that my Christmas in July plans went totally out of the window. I don't know, I heard someone say they were stitching in season, not for a season. And I thought, you know what, that describes how I feel right now. I can't really see myself stitching Christmas when it's 110 degrees outside. So you guys that were with me before know that I'm totally fixated on Shores of Hakra and Hollow by Carriage House Samplings, and I could not put that one down. So I had good intentions in July. I started out with, I had some Christmas ornaments that were on the little plastic canvas that I got at Joann's last year. It was a little snowman and a Santa, and I wasn't really feeling the joy when I was stitching those. So I put those aside. I also had a dimensions kit that had some trucks. Wasn't feeling that either. So I just kept on trucking with my Shores of Hakra and Hollow. And I actually got it finished. I finished it this past weekend. And y'all, it turned out so pretty. I'm very happy with it. I know that that's a piece that I wanted to get framed. And so Monday morning I got it all ironed up and rolled up and ready to go to Hobby Lobby with a couple of other pieces, and went ahead and left that one for framing. This is the first piece that I'm framing with glass since the 90s. I guess in the 90s was the last time I framed with glass. And I want to put this in my little powder bathroom, so I figured it might need some glass for protection. I was really surprised. I love that museum quality glass that they have. It's gorgeous. It makes it look like nothing is on the piece. And I kind of decided non-glare, not go all the way museum quality. But when I got there, y'all, the non-glare just dulled the colors on the piece. So I decided just to do regular glass, and I was kind of shocked with how much glass and spacers and all that good stuff cost. So yeah, I feel like I splurged on glass even though I got the regular glass, but that'll be ready in 2 weeks. I should have taken a picture of it. I do have a picture. Did I take a picture? I'll try to insert a picture if I can find one, but I'll definitely have that back in a couple of weeks to share with you. So yay, I just got a black frame since the piece had black around it. I wanted just to keep it simple. And it seems like everything that I'm framing now, I just want simple. I don't want the ornate. I don't want the frou-frou-y stuff. I just want simple. So after pricing that one out, I had another couple of pieces that I wanted to leave, the ink circles pieces that I had done. And I just decided I'll try to frame those myself. So I did. So I have those to share with you. And I know we spend so much time on our pieces, so much money on materials and time on our pieces. They deserve to be framed or something fully finished. And I just had been letting my pieces kind of sit for a while. So I know that they need to have a finish, but I just can't see paying a ton for every piece. So finishing some of them myself and then having some of them professionally done. So the next piece that I had was the ink circles, Cirque decor. And this was a piece that one of my daughters had given me as a gift. I used the Silks for You, I believe it's PR123, the purples and teals and blues. And then I used I believe it's the Platinum 28 count Platinum is what I used on this one, like a Lugana. I really like the way this turned out. I just used a standard frame The guy at Hobby Lobby was really sweet, told me to pull some standard frames off the shelf, and they were half price this week, so I thought, why not? So I took a piece of foam core board and laced it. After I laced it on the foam core board, and then I went ahead and just left the standard glass in there and then finished off the back. I laughed and thought, you know what, someday in the future, someone's going to grab this at a garage sale or something to reuse a frame. And they're going to open it up and go, oh my goodness, what in the world? So my lacing is productive. It's not beautiful, but I think it worked well. So I really like the way that this piece turned out. Well, got my little guard dog here defending our backyard against the birds. All 6 pounds of toughness. So that's the Ink Circles Cirque Decor with the silk flosses. And I love that it was a variegated floss. The only thing I would have done differently next time I use the flosses is I cut my pieces in about 15-inch strands on the recommendation of Jan Hicks, I believe. And I found for me that I need the longer pieces because that was driving me bonkers. I think she said 15 to 18 inches would be good, but I just cut it in 3 even pieces. So now I have a lot of short silk to use. Next time I would do the longer strands because I don't think it would fray because it did, you know, I just have to play with it. But as I ramble on, this was my first piece with silk floss and I really think it turned out pretty. So that was one, just a simple black frame. And I like that off-the-shelf frame better than any others that I could find for the custom frames. Oh, this piece is another Ink Circles piece. This is the tapestry. And I have a glare, but I figured why not be outside where it's beautiful. This is Ink Circles tapestry. And this is the one that I did custom colors, all Victorian Motto flosses. And I picked out the colors from my new entryway rug to match that. And I posted a picture on Instagram of how it looks up against the rug. And it matches perfectly. So this one was a, you know what, I believe this was a Platinum Lugana. I just told you a story. I told you a fib. My Cirque decor was silvery, like Silvery Moon or some silver Lugana. This is a Platinum Lugana. 28 count, of course. So I think this one turned out really pretty as well. So there's that one. Okay, another piece that I finished that I'm not happy with my framing. I need to put it in a square frame. Sorry, my whole outdoor table's filled with goodness. This is my tiny modernist words to live by. And I did not do it on the black fabric. I did it on a gray Aida. And I subbed the pink DMC 3607 for the black border. I like the way this one turned out. I don't like the framing. I need to go ahead and frame it in a square, I believe. But it's there for now. I did the same thing, foam core board, lacing it. I like this piece. I think it would work in my craft room because I have the bright colors in there. But I don't know that would work anywhere else in my house. So now that's my dilemma. Now that I've stitched these pieces, where would they go? Shores of Hollow, I definitely had an idea of what I wanted, where I wanted that one, so that was nice. My Rosewood Manor Autumn Quakers fits perfectly with my living room decor, so I knew I wanted that there, and it looks like it was made for that room. So I like it when that happens, but there are some pieces that I stitch that I don't know where I would want them to just be displayed. Do you guys ever have that issue where you really love a piece? It just may not fit in your house. And I'm kind of thinking, who cares? I mean, I'll just maybe make a stitch wall or something in a hallway. But now that I'm finally getting some pieces finished, I just need to decide what to do with them. Before, when I stitched back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of stitching before I had all my kiddos, I gave 99% of it away for gifts. I kept a couple of pieces, and that was really about it. So I never had to think about where they would belong in my house. I did do some like burst samplers and all that good stuff for my kids' nurseries. And it's really funny, this week, my kids' birthdays are close together. And we have one August 1st and one August 3rd. When they were little, we used to always rent the city swimming pool on August 2nd, let them have a big double party. My other daughter's May 1st. So on August 1st, my kids are stair-stepped for ages. So they will be 23, 24, and 25 on August 1st. So they're that way for a couple of days until my oldest turns 26 and spreads it out again. But tells you how busy I was. I loved having my kids close together. It was amazing. What they didn't tell me, or what I didn't figure out myself, was when they're born close together, they also leave you close together. And that's kind of sad to say goodbye, but all good, all good. So my son that's been staying here is actually, he was back to work and took a job as a high school tennis coach instead of college. College is kind of iffy right now with everything going on, but he's going to be a high school tennis coach. So he's moved out, has his own spot, but he's not too far away. I can drive to him in about 3 hours, which makes it still nice. So that's my life update. Back to my finishes. Another finish that I have is my Liberty Lane. This is one that I did the Pricilla's colors on it, the color conversions. I didn't do her exact like classic Colorworks colors, but I pulled DMC and Victorian Motto to match, and I think it turned out really cute. I got this ready-made frame at Hobby Lobby. It was actually a frame for like a little record over in that little department, and I spray painted it red and did the lacing on the foam core board and framed it up. So that's Liberty Lane. I think this one turned out really cute. I like the colors. They're happy. My last piece I have finished. I've been finishing a lot, guys. It's been exciting. This is Plum Street Samplers Earthly Treasures. This was based on 1 Timothy. And says, dwell not on earthly treasures, nor covet or envy or pout. Thou entered this world and brought nothing in, and will carry with thee nothing out. So I really, really like this piece. I did it quite a while ago. I was glad I left me a good margin, but I didn't need a good margin on this one. So my goal is to always leave bigger margins, just so I'll have some flexibilities while I'm framing. But this piece is so pretty. The Tombstone Angels, when my husband and I were in Boston, it was so interesting to go see the different tombstone etchings. And depending on when the person passed, different things were in vogue at the time. So it was fun to see that. This has some one-on-one stitching, 1/1 for the face features, but then the face isn't actually filled in. So it was very simple just to do that little piece with the 1/1. But I like the colors. This actually goes with my house. And I think the sentiment is interesting and helps us remember what's important and what's not. So there's that one. So Earthly Treasures, Plum Street Samplers. So those are my finishes. Yay! So I have been stitching a lot too. So I finished up Hawk-Run Hollow, and then the past few days I have been stitching on pulling out some other pieces and not so much the Christmas. I did start one Christmas piece that I showed you last time. And let's see. This is the M Designs Love Tree Ornament. I just pulled out a 28 count Irish linen. And I'm using the DMC variations is the Christmas colors, the red, green, and white. And I have a little start on it. This is it. So when it's stitched, the tree says love on each side. So right now, there's not much to look at, but I did get a Christmas in July start. Like I said, I just was having a hard time thinking Christmas when I wanted to think shores at Hawker and Hollow and summer and all that good stuff. Another piece that I've been working on because of camping, and we love our camping, is the Little House Needleworks Route 66. It's still in the Q-snap, but I changed some colors. They're bright, they're fun. I'm going to put this in our camper when I finish it. The whole United States is stitched just with our little half stitch. And I'm going to see when I finish it if I like it or if it's going to drive me crazy and I need to go back and cross my stitches. But this is a 28 count Irish linen as well. And we have been camping a lot. My husband has every other week. He is having Fridays off right now. So we've been doing some long camping weekends, going up to Colorado. We've been to Colorado twice in the past 4 weeks. Got to see a baby bear from a distance. We were in our car. We didn't stick around to meet the mom. Lots of deer, elk, all that good stuff. One of the moms had two like little twin deer that were adorable. They just look like little pogo sticks bouncing around in the field. So I've been doing a lot of camping and hi Zoomer. A lot of camping and just hanging out. This weekend we're gonna go camp with our kiddos. First time we've had all of our kiddos together in a while. We had a big family trip planned for the summer, which of course didn't work. So we're just gonna do some camping at a lake and hang out and have fun. So that stitch piece, Route 66, will go in the camper, and I think that'll be fun. Another piece that I am really enjoying working on is my Blackbird Designs Strawberry Fields Forever. This is one of the Magical Mystery Tour Beetle series. Once again, I picked up some Irish linen. I just had a bunch of the Irish linen from Michael's that I love. The Carolina linen from Joann's, I detest. I cannot work with that. That just is not happy for me. But the Carolina linen from Michael's, and it's actually a large piece of it, and I can use a coupon on it, I really like. So I finished the border before. You'd seen that. I'd finished the edging of the bricks. And I think that what I've done is the gate and working now on the house. And I'm using Victorian Motto flosses for the pinks and reds, and then everything else is called for DMC. So this is such a pretty piece. This border is everything. I love this one. It's a happy stitch. I'm stitching this one in hand, and I'm really enjoying stitching in hand. On this one, I don't usually do that, but for this one, it's just so tiny and easy. So especially with it being 28 count, it's very easy to see the colors. I just nabbed my floss in my zipper. I know you guys have never done that. Another piece is my Hello from Liz Matthews. I just call it the love piece. It was a little freebie. I don't know what the actual name is of it, but it was a free pattern that she released. This was a piece I started on May 19th, which was my 30th wedding anniversary. And I'm using Victorian Motto, Aqua, and Coral. So it's a February special is what the Aqua is called, and then Coral Reef. The colors are so happy, so pretty. Stitching that one in hand, which is nice as well. That same Irish linen. Blackbird Designs, again, this is the third in the Magical Mystery Tour series. This is Blackbird. I am using 40 count mallow linen. This is my first 40 count foray. And I'm using the Classic Colorworks Black Coffee to stitch it monochromatically. So when I first started this 40 count, I was having to use some lighted magnifier glasses that I got from Amazon. And I couldn't stitch for very long at a time because they were a little bit heavy. They work well, but they were a little bit heavy. So then I started using some stronger readers than what my prescription has in my multifocal lenses, and that was working. But lately I've been able to use my regular glasses with my near prescription, and I don't know if I'm just getting used to it, or if I figured out that I can feel the holes. I can kind of drag my needle across and skip one and go to the next one, skip one and go to the next one. So this is getting easier the more I stitch with it. It's still a struggle, but I do love stitching with one thread. One thread, it doesn't tangle, it lays so nicely. So I'm hoping I can get that down. And 36, I'm still on the fence of whether or not I like the 1 or 2. Unfortunately, I think I require the 2 strands on my 36 count pieces. And my Octopus Garden, I did 1, and I think I'm going to go back and restart it and use 2. It looks a little wispy instead of full. So kind of debating on that one. Another piece that I think I'm going to start again that I worked on this time was Tiny Modernists. Every Day is an Adventure. This is another one for the camper. And I started this on a piece of 22 count, I believe, yep, Aida, maybe 18, but I believe it was a 22. And I'd hand dyed it for another project. I had this left over. The margins are very teeny tiny. These mountains took forever. I was working on the compass. The compass in the design is like tilted to the side, and it was driving me crazy. I had to straighten it up. I don't know if that was just my OCD or what, but I don't know. I should go ahead and just finish it and just do it again if I decide I want it differently, but kind of debating on that one. So I put that one to the side, but the colors in this one, y'all, they're so cute. Look at those bright colors. They're fun. In my camping bag. Nothing better than camping. Another piece is one from Etsy. It's a 2x2 stitch art. It's called the Flower Sampler. I don't have a finished picture of what it will look like at the moment. It's a huge pattern. When I printed it out, it was like 23 pages. I'm using Victorian Motto floss, Holiday Confection, Perky Petal Pink, and Summer Carnation, and then called for 317 DMC for the gray. I know exactly where I want this piece. I've got a teeny tiny start on it. I am stitching this one in hand. It's a humongous piece of fabric, so I probably won't keep stitching in hand, but for now I can. The other day it was funny, there's so many layers, so many folds in this one. I had 2 pieces of my fabric together and stitched 2 together for a while and had to go rip them out. It was funny. I was laughing at myself. I laugh at myself a lot when I'm stitching. But yeah, these are the colors. So this is Flower Sampler from 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy, and her patterns are very inexpensive. Okay, that's what I've been working on. I want to show you a couple of things that I've got. Some haul. Victorian Motto Floss Club. I got my June shipment last week. So postal service, y'all, it's just crazy trying to get stuff in. But I know a lot of you have this, but this is a 36 count colonial sampler. I went ahead and did the 36 count for the club for something different. My 36 stash is non-existent at this point except for hers, so got that. Her colors this time, oh my goodness, Phlox, pink color, Garden Greens, Gold Strike, Dahlia, so pretty, Summer Marigold, and Tea Rose. This one has a lot of variegation, it's pretty. So got those, now I'm waiting on my July shipment. So that was my June that I just got. Also at Hobby Lobby, for those of you that haven't seen it, they have the little checked 32 count fabric. So this is equivalent, I would think, it's the cotton modal. I can't remember if that's Lugana or Jobelin, but they have it. It's checked. I had bought some of this from the Fat Quarter Shop, but this is a 11.75 by 18 inch package. So they have the gray and white checked, and they have the tan and white, or the taupe check. And I love that they're 32 count instead of 28. And I love that they are inexpensive, and you can use a coupon. So excited to do something on those pieces as well. So a lot of stuff. I had a lot of finishes. I'm so excited. I will post some pictures on Instagram, especially when I get them where they belong in my house. And I am so excited to pick up my Shores of Hakron Hollow, and hopefully that turns out really, really well. And I thought that piece deserved more professional framing than I could provide for it, but it turned out so pretty. At the very end, I'd run out of one of my DMC blue colors that I've been using, and I pulled the Victorian Motto, and it matched perfectly. I have to drive about 25 minutes to go get DMC, and I really didn't want to even go into town to get that. So I was being lazy, but you couldn't tell a difference. So I was able to go ahead and finish that up. So very excited to get that one back and keep on trucking on some other projects. And yeah, Christmas in July, maybe next year. But I definitely enjoyed getting some finishes done, the fully finished framing done, and also stitching on some other projects. So I appreciate you hanging out with me so much. I can't wait to talk to you again. I love to hear your comments, see what you're working on, all that good stuff. I love our community. I do. So I'm out here in the boonies by myself, and not a lot of stitching community here where we live, or there's not a stitching community that I know of. So I love talking to you guys. So let me know what you're working on. Thanks for stopping by. Please say hello, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.